Hello, everyone. Welcome back to FluentRise Podcast. I hope you're doing great today. Let me ask you a simple question. Okay, have you ever understood an English video perfectly, understood every word, nodded your head, and thought, yes, I understand everything. But the moment someone asked you to speak English, your mind suddenly became empty? You knew the answer. You knew the words, but somehow nothing came out. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Millions of English learners experience this exact problem every day. And here's the surprising part. The reason you're not speaking fluently might not be what you think. It's probably not because your vocabulary is too small. It's probably not because your grammar is terrible. And it may not even be because you need more English lessons. In today's video, we're going to uncover the real reasons why speaking feels difficult even after years of learning. And near the end of this video, I'll share one simple realization that changes everything for many English learners. So stay with me, because today's lesson could completely change the way you think about fluency. Let's begin. Kwenja tiashi biggest lie for most learners believe of. Many learners believe this, when my English becomes better, then I'll start speaking. Sounds logical, right? But think about it carefully. Imagine someone who wants to learn swimming. Instead of entering the water, they spend years reading books about swimming, they watch swimming videos, they memorize swimming techniques. They learn every rule, but they never enter the pool. Will they become a great swimmer? Of course not. Yet, this is exactly what many English learners do. They keep preparing, they keep studying, they keep waiting. Waiting for the perfect vocabulary, waiting for perfect grammar, waiting for perfect confidence. But fluency doesn't come from waiting. Fluency comes from speaking. Many people spend years preparing for conversations they never have. And because they rarely speak, they never develop the skill they actually need. Speaking is not a knowledge problem. Speaking is a performance skill, just like dancing, just like driving, just like playing football. You improve by doing workout, not by endlessly preparing. And this leads us to the next reason, a reason that silently destroys confidence. It's like FER is stronger than grammar. Imagine this situation. You're talking to someone in English. Suddenly, you forget a word. Your heart starts beating faster, you become nervous, then your brain starts asking questions. What if I make a mistake? What if they laugh at me? What if my pronunciation sounds strange? What if I look stupid? And just like that, your confidence disappears. The problem isn't English anymore. The problem is fear. Many learners think they need better English, but often they need less fear. Think about children learning their first language. Do they speak perfectly? No, they make mistakes every day, thousands of mistakes, yet they continue speaking. Why? And because they aren't afraid of sounding imperfect, adults often have the opposite problem. They want every sentence to be perfect before they say it, and perfection becomes a prison. Here's something important. And most conversations don't require perfect English, they require communication. If someone understands your message, you've succeeded. Even if the grammar wasn't perfect, even if the pronunciation wasn't perfect, even if you paused for a moment, communication matters more than perfection. Remember that, because the next reason may be even more important. Light scud. You train your eyes and ears, but not your mouth. You bought your swarfire, per soaps and fine, but not your mouth. Think about your average day. You watch English videos. You listen to podcasts, you read posts, you read subtitles, you scroll through English content. That's great. But how many minutes do you actually spend speaking? Not thinking, not listening, not reading, actually speaking. For many learners, the answer is less than 5 minutes. Some don't speak at all. This creates a huge imbalance. Your brain becomes excellent at understanding English, but your speaking muscles remain weak. Imagine going to a gym. Every day you watch other people lift weights, you study exercise techniques, you read fitness articles, but you never touch a weight. Will your muscles grow? No. Speaking English works the same way. You must train the speaking muscle, otherwise understanding improves while speaking stays stuck. You cow. This explains why many learners can understand English movies but struggle during simple conversations. Their input is strong. Their output is weak, and there's another hidden reason behind this. Let's talk about it. Kanja, THE translation, trap. When someone speaks English to you, what happens inside your head? For many learners, the process looks like this: Kaido English native language thinking, English response. This takes time. A lot of time, your brain is doing extra work. It's like taking a long route when a shorter road exists. Fluent speakers often don't translate, they think directly in English. Now don't worry. You don't need to think in English all day tomorrow. That takes practice, but you can start small. Look around your room, name objects in English, describe what you're doing, talk to yourself, ask yourself simple questions. What should I eat? What am I doing today? Why am I feeling tired? The goal is simple: reduce translation. Increase direct thinking. At first it feels strange. Then it feels normal. Eventually it feels automatic. And when that happens, speaking becomes much faster. But there's one more obstacle stopping many learners. And almost nobody talks about it. You only speak when it matters. Think about this. Most learners only speak English during important moments: an interview, a presentation, a meeting, an exam, a conversation with strangers. That's a lot of pressure. Imagine a football player who only practices during championship matches. Would that work? Of course not. Practice should happen before pressure, not during pressure. Yet many learners avoid speaking daily and expect great performance when it suddenly matters. Fluent speakers don't become fluent during important conversations. They become fluent during ordinary moments. Talking to themselves. Recording voice notes, repeating sentences, practicing simple conversations. These small moments build fluency. And fluency shows up later when it matters. The secret isn't speaking perfectly during important situations. The secret is speaking consistently during unimportant situations. That's where real progress happens. Kenzenja, a simple challenge for the next. For Ifana, I want to give you a challenge. Chi. Challenge. Chi da as ease. Now I want to give you a challenge. For the next 7 days. Speak English for 5 minutes every day. That's it. 5 minutes, no grammar books. No complicated exercises. Just speak. Talk about your day, describe your room, share your opinions, tell a story, record yourself, anything. The goal is not perfection, the goal is movement. Most learners underestimate what happens when they practice consistently. 5 minutes becomes 10, 10 becomes 15, confidence grows, words come faster, fear becomes smaller, and suddenly English feels different. Not because you learned thousands of new words, but because you finally started using the words you already knew. Conclusion: so why can't you speak English fluently yet? It's usually not because you're incapable. It's not because you're too old. It's not because you're bad at languages. Most of the time, it's because, you keep waiting instead of speaking. You fear mistakes too much. You practice input more than output. You rely on translation, and you don't speak consistently. The good news? Every one of these problems can be fixed. Starting today, remember this. Fluency is not built by knowing more English. Fluency is built by using the English you already know, one sentence at a time, one conversation at a time, one day at a time. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. What is the biggest thing stopping you from speaking English? I'd love to hear your answer. Thank you for watching. Keep learning, keep practicing. And I'll see you in the next episode of FluentRise Podcast.